All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anarchy. This is Wrestling. I'm Brett Wolverton, joined by Andrew Pendelton III. Andrew, you're going to be getting back in the ring in just a few short minutes.
But it is a magical evening tonight with Andrew Pendelton III back in the building. You can see the excitement to a sold-out crowd as Andrew Pendelton III promised. Everybody is here to see Andrew Pendelton III. They're excited about Andrew Pendelton III. Andrew Pendelton III is on the mind of the wrestling community, and I am back. I am back in the saddle and ready to embarrass somebody.
Well, you talk about being back. It's good to see school back in session as we have a large group here this week from the University of Georgia in attendance for this great night of Anarchy action.
And you know, again, Bull, I have nothing bad to say about him.
You haven't had anything good to say about him either.
Well, you make a fair point.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is our opening contest. The Young Lions Championship on the line, our first of two championship matches here this week as the Young Lions champion CB Suave defends against former co-holder of the Tag Team Championship, the Vandal. Vandal breaking off into singles action, going after the Young Lions title here this week. Ducks the clothesline of Suave. May have been a little easier. Listen to the crowd reaction here. The University of Georgia crowd solidly behind the Vandal, the challenger for the Young Lions Championship here this week. It's just a stomp to the head.
Well, we all know that the students are not that bright at the University of Georgia. They see the red and the black and they think Georgia Bulldogs colors. They can't figure things out for themselves. That's why they're stuck in college. So, you know, I'm just saying, you know, I think it's, again, just looking at the colors on his gear, had nothing to do with the talents of Vandal, because if they knew who CB Suave was, truly knew, that nobody would cheer for anybody besides CB Suave. He's a fantastic wrestler.
A Russian leg sweep by the Vandal to CB Suave. Into the ropes. Low double stomp again. And Suave rolls out to the apron where it may be a little bit safer than inside the squared circle. Could be going for a vertical suplex to bring Suave back in. Whoa. We almost saw Suave go out to the arena floor. There are no pads out here. There are no pads on the floor. It's a hardwood floor. And now, oh my.
Oh, snapping his neck. The whiplash and the force of that taut steel cable. You know, covered simply in just a very sheer, thin line of vinyl.
You know, we have two championship matches here this week. We also have two returns, because you're not the only superstar returning here this week. Caprice Coleman will be in action against Mike Posey, one half of Alabama Attitude. We saw Posey's partner, Corey Hollis, in a tremendous singles match last week against Slim J. This week, Posey's turn to be in singles action against Caprice Coleman, another former champion here at Anarchy.
And you know, I mean, the excitement just continues. You have Andrew Pendelton III, you have Andrew Pendelton III, and Andrew Pendelton III. You can hear this crowd. Anticipation of Andrew Pendelton III is amazing.
This crowd's something else here this week. Neck breaker by CB Suave as he tries to keep the Young Lions championship. CB Suave defeated the Lethal Joe Strychnine for the Young Lions championship in a triple threat match, also involving the Italian Stallion Tommy Penarelli, Suave's tag team partner, who's standing out on the floor this week in place of manager Charlie Cash. Absent again this week, Charlie Cash. I think Charlie is trying to save some cash up to possibly pay that bounty that Bobby Moore has put out on Wildside. Big cross body. I can barely hear myself talk.
And only a two-count. You can feel the arena rumble as these fans got off their feet.
You know, as a superstar that's getting ready to return to the action, that's got to be, you know, exciting for you, because think of the reaction you'll get when you come out in a little while.
You know, again, and just an amazing move by the Vandal here to the outside. But again, as I tell you, I don't do this for the fans. I do this for the money. I could care less how many people show up. You just pay me.
But Andrew, the more fans that are in attendance, the more money there is to be made. There's more people buying tickets.
I have a guaranteed contract no matter what. I get paid top dollar whether I sit up in this announce booth, whether I sit in the back, or whether I sit there out with the fans. It doesn't matter. I get paid the same.
Another neck breaker by Suave, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, and a kick out at two. Vandal not ready to give up his opportunity at the Young Lions Championship here this week in our opening contest. And we still have a heavyweight championship match. Two of the biggest superstars in Anarchy Wrestling history.
Andrew Pendelton the third.
The heavyweight championship match,
okay.
not your return match. You're going to have a few more matches before you get a shot at the heavyweight championship, if you would even want it, considering that the champion is 475 pounds and wrestling's most dangerous weapon, Jeter.
You know, I'm not scared of anybody as long as he's not here to hear me say that.
Well, Jeter is here. He is in the back. He is getting prepared as he will have to face...
Wait a minute. We don't have a live mic feed to the back, do we?
I'm pretty sure there's monitors
Oh,
back
my
there.
gosh. You know, Jeter, I am sorry. I want to begin the first part of my three-part apology. I would never offend a man of your size. I'm very sorry. Let's stop there and get back to the match, Wolverton.
Well, we will see Jeter later on against the Priest of Punishment, Michael Judas, in your main event this week for the Heavyweight Championship. This is our opening contest for the Young Lions Championship. CB Suave, the champion, as the Vandal, the challenger, ducks two clotheslines and a hammer and a flying forearm. Caught the butt of the elbow and a clothesline takes Suave down to the canvas. Back elbow sends CB Suave down to the mat one more time. Are you warming up over here?
I always got to stretch out a little bit. I have a match coming up soon.
You want to watch the swings on some of those arm stretches?
I'm going to limber up. You're lucky one of those swings doesn't knock you out, Wolverton. I'm in ring mode. I don't play around.
Well, another superstar not playing around right now is the Vandal as he drops again. Drops the leg on the back of the head of Suave. Goes for the cover. I suppose with the crowd chanting CB sucks, you're going to tell me they prefer ham radio or something. Trying to make it a trucker joke? No?
I don't understand your jokes because you're stupid.
Well, the Vandal, the challenger, up to the top turnbuckle.
Wait, did you say ham radio?
I did.
Are you getting hungry, Wolverton?
No, I took care of that in catering earlier.
Yeah. Have something to do with ham?
There was a little bit of ham. 1, 2.
When it comes to Brett Wolverton, there's never a little bit of anything, let alone ham.
Boot to the midsection by CB Suave. Drops the leg on the back of the head of the Vandal. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And kick out at 2.
You know, you got arteries clogged up like Atlanta 5 o'clock traffic. So I know that you were thinking of ham, and it's not a radio made out of ham you can consume, just so you know.
I think the crowd here is telling CB Suave that was a 2 count. Leap of faith misses by CB Suave, who finds himself perched up on the top turnbuckle by the Vandal. There's the Vandal Plasm. This could be it. We could have a new Young Lions champion. Hooks like 1, 2, and oh! Somehow Suave was able to get his shoulder up out of the Vandal Plasm. Now they're saying it was a 3 count.
These wacky kids don't know what's going on.
Well, what's going on is a championship match here this week in our opening contest. And there it is, the moneymaker. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3.
Your winner of the match and still the Anarchy Wrestling Young Lions champion, CB Suave.